What's up, everybody? Even though the sweet camper van behind me is giving me ideas, today we're in the shop working on the Chrysler. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Make It and Break It. My name's Andrew, and we're trying to finish up some work on our Project Ute Chrysler 300C here today. With our last episode fixing the airbag lights and the check engine lights, she's pretty much ready to go get street legal, but I didn't have a state patrol inspection appointment set up, so I figured we'd just continue on replacing the parts we need to replace anyway, which leads us to these. So here's our replacement parts for today. The big package thing is a plastic front bumper cover to replace our broke-ass front bumper cover. You can see, our drift spec repairs we did a few episodes ago, and this plastic part's broken off, and that headlight washer's gone, and all that stuff. And all the chrome's on here. All the chrome's got to go off anyway. So we're just gonna, since we don't have an inspection really soon, we're just gonna go ahead and replace that. I'll probably leave the grill on for now. That grill will also get replaced eventually, just because we're removing all the chrome basically off this car. And then while we're in there, we have the epoxy to fix the front right headlights mounting bracket. So this core support assembly that runs through the front of this car, right here on the back side, kind of where everything kind of gets together in this corner, that part is actually cracked and broken off and kind of just hanging loose. It doesn't really affect the headlight much, which is why I wasn't too worried about it. So it's still in there solid. But I figured while we have the front bumper cover off, it's going to be accessible to us, and we might as well fix it anyway. So that's just some 30-minute epoxy. It's good enough to hold something in place for what we want. You can get that at pretty much any hardware store. And then this is just ordered off of Amazon or eBay. This is a generic black plastic front bumper cover that we'll paint eventually once we get the rest of this car finished. So we'll start removing that front bumper and get right to it. So we got the bumper cover off. You can kind of see stuff we're going to have to start transferring over. One thing that our new bumper I don't think has is the headlight washers, which kind of come up in through here. So we're going to probably just either zip tie those up out of the way, maybe up here on the front crash bar or something like that. But we will have to remove the headlights across, or the fog lights across. And one of these side markers fell off when I was pulling the cover off. So we'll pull the other side marker off. Looks like these are lighted side markers, which is interesting. You can kind of see the light wire running in here. The light broke off that side. I don't care so much about them being lighted side markers. So I'll probably not hook that light back up until I get a replacement for this one. And then we'll take this piece and swap it over, and everything should be good. So where I was talking about this front support here, so that's really bright, but kind of see, hopefully, yeah, there you go. Kind of see how that moves around a little bit. That's not ideal, but when the front cover and everything is bolted in back here, it actually holds this thing in place with the front fender. So there's not a whole lot of movement, but while we're in here, we'll just put some little epoxy on these joints here, try and give ourselves a little bit better stability. But everything seems to hold together just fine, and most of the headlight mounts which are right up here are on a solid piece, so it just further stabilizes this piece. So it's not something to worry about, but while we're here, we'll go fix it. All right, so we finished up epoxying our headlight support assembly in. And here's kind of a picture of that. So that's got about an hour set time before it's set and we can start moving stuff around again. In the meantime, I have unpackaged the bumper here. You can kind of see it's all black, but you can see these lines don't exist over on this part of the bumper. because this thing's been packaged and it's plastic, so it's out of shape. So we've got it pulled up and out of the way, trying to get it to bend back into shape. And when we come back, I'll get the heat gun out and move some of this rest of the plastic back into where it's supposed to be. And then we'll start putting all the pieces up there and over here back on, and we'll replace this bumper. The other thing is, I haven't pulled the grill out of this thing yet because it's kind of stuck in there and I don't see a whole lot of reason to work too hard to get it out. So I've got a replacement grill that's just black like this that I'm just going to go run home and get real quick while everything's waiting to get set. And so after everything's set, we'll just replace it with the new grill. No reason to spend too much effort if that one's in there really hard. And all the old parts, and throw this thing back on, and we'll pretty much be ready to go. Well, I'm a slow mechanic, but we did get some stuff done today. Take a look. So, we have actually replaced our bumper and almost everything on it. You can see our old one over here with the old grill in place. I hated that grill anyway. I think I like this one better. It could be just because it's black. If it was a matte black, I'd like it better. The gloss is not bad, but it'll have to go matte, I think. But we've replaced the whole front bumper cover. We got our fog lights in, got our side markers on, although there's a problem with that. I'll talk about that a little bit later. And we actually got this lined up a lot better without the use of zip ties, because I figured out I was installing the fender wrong. So, handy tip, remember to install your fender correctly. I really do like the black on the front, but I feel like that's just boring if it's just like a matte black all the way around. This isn't meant to be like some rat rod, hot rod. So I think the grill is going to go like a matte black, but everything else is probably going to get painted. My thought is like a forest or OD green, like a matte green, matte dark green would be cool with black accents. And we're going to get rid of most of the chrome on this thing. So we'll definitely leave her looking a lot more low-key and clean than what she's looking like right now. But as is the case with a lot of these builds and just time working on your car, sometimes it's one step forward, two steps back, or two steps forward, one step back. Sometimes something breaks, we weren't expecting it. And that did happen to us today. We have made progress, but I was testing out the lights to make sure everything was working, see if I wanted to go schedule a Washington State Patrol inspection. And my right front turn indicator doesn't work. I'm pretty sure I tested that when I rewired the headlights, because that would make sense. I don't always do what makes sense, but I think I'm not that stupid most of the time. So I'm not sure if we've jostled something loose, or if because I was removing it I put some stress on a connector or something. But I don't have necessarily the right tooling here right now to go check that out and try and figure out what's going wrong. So I'll have to come back for that, which is okay because I also have to deal with this thing. So this is a little light, small little light that goes in the side markers here, and only one of my side markers, marker indicator thingies, actually had the light in. The other one had the connector, but the light was gone, and it was also a little bit broken. So I'm not sure if that fell off in the crash or if it fell off and just no one ever replaced it, because who would replace that? So I might go try and look at them. If they're not too expensive, I'll pick up another one so I have working marker lights on both sides. Seems like something that'd be nice to have, but I don't think it's really key. So yeah, good progress today, but I didn't have a full time at the shop today to get everything done. So I'm gonna have to cut it off here as opposed to running and getting more tools and coming back and changing the lights. Life of a communal garage, sometimes you just don't have the stuff rented. So next time we'll be fixing our lights and hopefully going through our inspection. In fact, maybe next time maybe for the next episode, I'll actually go through what it takes to go through a Washington State Patrol inspection. It's going to be fairly similar around the U.S. Some of it'll change, like some people just have to go to the DMV as opposed to going to the State Patrol to do their inspections. But maybe I'll go through that and then fix our lights and put on our little hood release pull tab and do some other odds and ends. So it's a little bit more of a meatier video for y'all. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please comment down below. I know it's always been a little confusing to me what you have to actually get to do to get a salvage car through inspection in Washington State, and the website is bad. So that's it for us on this episode of our Project Ute build. My name's Andrew. Thanks for watching us here at Make It and Break It. I really appreciate all of your time that you spend watching this content I create, because I really create it for you guys. And as our channel grows here, we'll be able to get into bigger and better things. So definitely, if you like this video, like it. Comment down below, especially I'm interested on the colors of this thing. I'm thinking like a dark matte green as the main color with black accents, black and orange or black and gold. Not settled on the accent colors yet. And if you guys want to see a rundown of what it takes to make a vehicle in Washington go from salvage, wrecked, insurance wreck, something like that, into full-blown legal on the street, because I did not find it very straightforward, and the websites are not the greatest, and they don't necessarily update them quickly. So give me those. If you have any of those or any other questions or comments, shoot them down below in the comments. I read every comment that it happens, so yeah, definitely hit me up. If you like what we're doing in this channel and you want to see more of this, or our RX-8 race car, or some of the other builds that hopefully will be premiering soon and coming down the pipe, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you get notified when we post an episode. Each project we're working on posts probably weekly at this point. More so if we get into bigger parts of the build or more intensive parts, probably be more than weekly, or would bump another project for that time frame. But we post at least weekly on at least a couple projects. So stay tuned, and you'll find something that you like, either from a car build perspective or from a 3D printing and maybe a technology applying to your home shop, home office area. So there's going to be some of that coming down the line too, especially since I got a brand new 3D printer that's pretty badass. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. Thanks for watching this here at Make It and Break It, where the only question we really have to answer about a build is, why not? Catch you guys later. So we're sitting here well, I'm a slow mechanic, but we did get some stuff done.